The Pit. Summary for this film: a solitary and strange preteen boy wreaks revenge on his harassers when he makes a disturbing discovery in the depth of a forest. Directed by Lou Layman and written by Ian A. Stewart. You got anything on this, Jason?
Tagline: Jamie wouldn't kill anyone unless Teddy told him to. Distributed by New World Pictures. Out on Blu-ray. Kino Lorber 2016.
Now you own this one too, Jason. Did you blind buy this?
I do.
Did you?
This was a blind buy.
Yeah. The first thing I didn't understand about this movie is why everybody in this town hates this fucking kid so much. Does it make any sense to you? He's just a kid.
It's Tom Scarberry. It's a Tom Scarberry character.
But even old ladies in the street are like, fuck this kid, this boy should kill himself. Like, it was just crazy.
Well, he did expose himself to that old lady or something.
Yeah.
Or she saw him up in a tree naked.
Yeah, he is a weird pervert. I mean, he does some fucking shit in this movie. I thought it was weird that the babysitter lady, is she a babysitter or what is she? Right? She's a babysitter, right?
Babysitter, housekeeper, they call it.
Yeah. She was like, sure, I'll wash your back in the bathtub, 12-year-old boy. My oldest son is 10. He fucking washes his own ass. And it would be weird if my wife was in there down. This movie seems like they couldn't decide if they wanted to make a movie about a perverted little kid or a supernatural bear or trolls. So they just did all three of them. And I don't know if the bear is actually supernatural or if it's just in his head, but they do make it turn at one point and like look at the camera. I don't know.
I was looking out for that, and I must have missed it because I didn't see it in anything smart. I think it only happens once, right?
Yeah, it's when the mom's in his room, or not the mom, the babysitter, and she finds that nudie magazine, and then she puts it back, and then when she's walking out of the room, the bear turns its head. But that, I don't know. I think that this was a mishmash of ideas. I don't even know how it came together. I think it is really funny the way he lures people into this pit that he finds. Whenever he's pushing the old lady, it's hilarious. I liked that was like good camp to me. But the one that made me laugh the most was the guy that gets lured there with the promise of gems and jewels or whatever. It's the Halloween one. There's a bunch of gems and jewels. I was like, what the fuck is this?
You can have it for your club.
It's like a...
what? The fucking strip club? What you got going on?
I would really like that. I would really like to see what the original monsters, the original trolls or trollogs or whatever he calls them, looked like, because evidently the ones they originally made were so shitty that they had to remake them.
I didn't hear that. I heard that originally they got little kids to play them.
Oh, really?
The mask and the costumes or whatever was like so hot, like they started throwing up and like passing out and shit. So they sent home the kids. And, maybe I don't know if they got some little people or what. But.
Maybe that was them softening. That we had to get new costumes or whatever, but I don't know. I actually started to enjoy this movie once Jamie stopped being a weird pervert and started to feed the pit bodies. It's oddly structured. I gave this a 4 out of 10 also. But man, this kid's really going to some extents to get some like jerk off material, you know? Like he like, what was the whole thing he did with the neighbor lady? He like sets up a tape recorder, records his voice.
Oh God, yeah.
Acts like he kidnaps the little girl. This kid he was gonna kill people anyways, even if he hadn't found the pit. But what do you guys think?
So we got it's definitely a low budget B movie. I actually think it feels like a made for TV movie with nudity.
Yeah.
Like, when I was watching it, I was like, I remember seeing rated R, but as I'm watching it, I was like, man, this This really feels like a made-for-TV movie. To me, this is kind of a so bad it's good movie. It's silly and ridiculous. The writer Ian Stewart, he was upset about the way it came out. Like, he was saying like, basically it would be better if they would have stuck to the story that I wrote. I was like, I doubt it. Like he said like basically like everything past where she smacks him in the face was like in his head. It didn't really happen.
Oh, okay.
And at the end, it was supposed to show you that he's just a psychotic kid, and it's supposed to bring everything. I don't think it would help this movie.
No.
That much. Like if you're such a good writer, this was so good. Like where are your other movies at? Like he's done nothing. Like I think he has one other writing credit. I just thought it was funny watching the special features, listening to him make it seem like basically putting all the blame on the director. Like, everybody, your script wasn't that good. I think it like you said, it's overwritten. You have trolls, you have a psychotic kid, maybe a supernatural bear, a possession.
Doesn't it seem like he was pitching this movie, and he's like, "Okay, guys, listen, we got a kid, right? He's real creepy. He's real creepy. He's like creeping. Everybody in the neighborhood hates him. He's got this bear. He's got a bear he talks to, and the bear tells him to do different things and to kind of be perverted, and like everybody in the boardroom's watching this pitch, and he sees it going south, and he's like, so then he finds these trolls, right? Yeah. So then they're like trolls, and he's like, and he starts feeding people to the trolls.
Just pick. I wish they would just kind of pick one and done it well.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's 3 different movies right there.
Yeah, I like the boy. The character himself. He was creepy. He's weird, perverted. He's crazy. He kills women in wheelchairs. He kills other kids. Like he doesn't care. Like his main job is just to feed that pit. I think the acting fits the movie. It's definitely a little slow, drags in some areas, but it's just a weird, strange, awkward movie. And I don't know if you guys ever seen Bad Ronald, but I think that this would make a good double feature with that. That is a made-for-TV movie, and it's kind of the same thing. Like this kid, he hides in the walls and pretend he's in another world or another land or something like that. It would go good with this, but I give it a 5.
Right, John?
Yeah, I wrote down that it was the longest hour 36 I've ever experienced. I just couldn't get into it. I hated that kid. I hated his haircut. I hated his fucking clothes. Like I loathed him. Not because he was evil.
Everyone did the whole time.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I know where them times, you know how you get the sense that someone's just fucking weird? That kid's fucking weird, and everyone was right to hate him.
Well, the old lady said,
bad for every one of them.
The one old lady, I believe she said, his parents should just not ever come back.
Yeah. It was nuts. Like, the hatred for this kid was hilarious. But, I mean, and I also... Jason, you brought up the music. I hated the music, how it was so silly, and after school especially. It's come on, man. Just
it fits, though. I mean, it fits that made for TV.
Oh, there goes that precocious scamp, dumping bodies in the pit again. You know? Oh, that kid of mine. You know?
That did really seem like some Gilligan's Island shit. Whenever he throws the football and the guy doesn't see the fucking big giant hole in the ground.
No one sees it.
Yeah.
No one sees it.
A predator hole? What the hell is this? Like, jeez. Yeah. I also noted, and this is just because there was just nothing to get from this movie. It was the film debut of Sonia Smith, who played Bianca Oblivion in Videodrome, if you guys have ever seen that.
Oh, yeah.
She's like a main sub-character in that, you know? So that was my one notable takeaway. The bear. The bear. What the hell with the bear? Like, it was his own voice. I think it was just like a coping mechanism. Like, he was talking to himself. Then it moved its head. And it reminded me of that scene on the beach in Humanoids from the Deep with the marionette puppet. It reacts after that couple gets clawed. It's like, it's so weird.
Roger Corman?
Yeah. That's a really good one. I ended up giving this a 2 because I kind of like the poster. Yeah,
I can understand it.